All right, it's training camp, but let's go back to the Vikings' first preseason game. We scored 42 points and we won, so now the big timers come out. They come watch training camp now, right? Charles Davis is joining
you
us.
get 42 points, you show up,
Yeah,
right?
right.
You
Yeah.
show up. I can't believe I didn't schedule my trip the right way, though, Wobby.
Why? What was wrong with this one?
Because Jacksonville's coming to town.
Oh, yeah.
I should have stayed. Should have stayed and watched that competition. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, we got a couch for you somewhere in there. You can
I
stay.
appreciate that. I appreciate it. You know the rest of the job. You know the Madden stuff. Forget it.
Yeah.
We're just going to stay.
Now, joint practices, Vikings and Jaguars. Give the folks who are going to watch content on Vikings.com, they're going to watch coverage of that. What are they going to see, do you think?
Well, I think what you see is you've got two organizations that are going to get together and have already ahead of time to set the ground rules for it. I think by now everyone's heard about the Jets in Washington, and they might have thumped it out a little bit along the way, got a little over exuberant. I know that Coach Zimmer doesn't want that. I know Coach Marone doesn't want that. Tom Coughlin over there. So they've got the ground rules, but you're still going to see intense competition because it's someone in a different jersey. It's someone that you measure yourself against. It's the AFC, you know, it's a championship game finalist who was that close to going to a Super Bowl. It's a great measuring stick for both sides because you got both teams who went to the championship game and didn't get in. So here they are saying, okay, we should have gotten there. Let's show you what we've got.
Yeah, well, I mean, and you've played this game and you've been through practice. What's it going to be like when they have the first day of the joint practice? Then they meet, right?
Yes.
And now you got to come out in day 2 and make adjustments, right? That's kind of a cool part of the whole exercise.
It really is, and most of the adjustments aren't necessarily scheme related. They're most of the adjustments are, I went against that guy yesterday and he gave me X, Y, and Z, and I didn't handle as well as I should have. How do I make that adjustment? You're right, there will be some scheme things, but most of it's going to be individual one-on-one drills, team drills where you're going against each other. Did that guy get the better of me? Do I come back and get him? That's where it gets to be a whole lot of fun. But the last part is professional respect, take care of each other. You're not going to have full contact taking people to the ground, but you'll have that thud, right? You have that thud contact, and make sure you take care of the ball if you're a receiver or a running back because our team's going to try and strip it.
That's right. What do you like about the Vikings? You watch practice. I know you're talking to some people. What do you like about our team?
Everything I liked last year, now the added element of Kirk Cousins, where the feeling and belief, even though I haven't talked to too many of the guys, there's an air around here like this guy can win games for us, you know, and that's a big, big deal. I talked about 3 people today, and I was watching, I already had the same thought. He can flat out spin it now. When he throws the football, that is a tight spiral. What I love about the quarterback room, though, is Trevor Siemian coming over. Because I think that in the NFL, what happens is if the backup is not determined to be of that caliber, you try and win around him, you try and protect him, you hope your defense can hold. That doesn't last very long in the NFL. You get attacked that way. I think if something, heaven forbid, happens to Kirk Cousins, Trevor Siemian can come in and you can win football games with him. You don't have to change a heck of a lot. He's 8-6 as a starter in the league. Then, of course, the defense is the defense is the defense. And then you add in Sheldon Richardson. Mike Hughes is a rookie. I'm loving the moves.
Yeah, now I was going to ask you about Mike Hughes because this is double area of expertise for you. He's a defensive back, and there's not a player in the draft class that you can name that he doesn't know about because you study that thing for months and months. So Mike Hughes, what do you think?
Well, I absolutely love him. Love him coming out. Look, a lot of people get hung up on the stopwatch, as you know, Wobby. Everybody wants it. Don't worry about the stopwatch. He runs more than fast enough. It's his quickness, coming in and out of breaks, excellent ball skills. Okay, and that return ability. If there's a big-time play to be made, you want to learn it, flip on UCF, USF last year. USF scores late in the game, ties it up, and Mike Hughes breaks off a kickoff return for a touchdown. UCF goes on and wins, goes on to an undefeated season.
See what I told you? He knew a specific play in a specific game for Mike Hughes. I knew that you would know something about that.
I just love his ball skills, too.
Yeah,
You've seen him, Wobby. You've watched him on tape. See him coming out of those breaks and making plays on the football and also taking it. Plus, he can transitions and takes it the other way for some distance. So I like him. And you got another corner, Holton Hill.
Yeah, you like him too?
Loved him coming out of Texas. He probably would have been a higher draft pick if there weren't some other things that were in consideration for him. But if you've seen him on the hoof, that's a good-looking guy.
Big and he can run.
And he can run with those long arms and can make plays. I think that he might be one of those guys that'll show up for you and make some plays and make a difference.
We're going to see it down the road in the regular season maybe?
I am excited about it. You know, when the schedule came out for Fox and we looked at the games, my crew lobbied for San Francisco, Minnesota.
Oh, yeah? Week 1.
And fortunately enough, we got it.
All
so
right.
we'll be there for San Francisco,
good.
Minnesota, and then we'll see you the very next week in Green Bay. So we get you 2 games right out of the gate.
I like the sound of that. Thanks for your time, man.
Thank you,
All
Wobby.
right.
Great to see you.
You too, man.